FYI, this episode was recorded before the insurrection to the Brazilian Congress. That's all. Enjoy.
Welcome once again to PROBLEMO, the first podcast of this year.
Yes.
How are you, Felipe?
I'm good. I'm doing great. I'm ready to start 2023 with the same energy that I ended 2022.
Because actually nothing happened.
No.
Like, if you think about it, it was just another day.
Right. Yeah. Like, what is time but
A construct.
A construct. Exactly.
So that's not what we're going to talk in this podcast,
No.
because it's not about anything smart. But
No.
we definitely going to have a good year. I have to say, I start every year saying, like, this is going to be great. This is going to be the best one ever. And I did that in 2019.
Yeah.
And then 2020 was the worst years ever.
Yeah.
So I decided to, like, just
Why?
start with, like, nothing have changed.
What happened?
I mean, I'm going to show you some data. I'm gonna have to show you some graphics.
That's another podcast.
A lot of people die. A lot of people die. Well, you'll figure out. At
Are they
some point.
okay?
No, they're not.
Uh-oh.
But we're gonna talk about some people that are not okay in
Yes.
in South America, and I mean in the what I call the big South America.
Oh, yeah, because it's Florida, right?
It's part of it.
It's
no?
part of South America.
It's part of it. And
Yeah.
you're gonna explain me what happened this last week or this week?
This happened this week. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
great.
So I think let's just get to it.
Let's go for it. This is so
Okay.
great. I mean, I love this story so much. You make me really happy with all this.
So we want to talk a little bit in the news of the week. We want to talk about Jair Bolsonaro.
Yes.
So we know Bolsonaro. He's right there. He's not that guy.
I would love that he, instead of that guy, it was that guy. And everything was so much better if that guy was Bolsonaro.
I like his necklace. I'm sure it's religious, but or maybe it isn't, and he just is like a
I don't
weird
know.
UFC guy.
I mean, is Jesus approve UFC in any way? Like, there's any...
I think that's what he meant when he said "turn the other cheek."
It's exactly that. Well, there's a lot of blood, like in the Bible, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
A lot of pain, a lot of blood, unnecessary violence. So it makes sense.
So Bolsonaro, this week he stopped being president of Brazil because oh yes, poor little fascist.
He finished his term.
He finished his term, which is more than we thought he would do. Let's give him that.
Yeah, I mean, he did something great. He finished his term.
He did. You know what? He deserves our respect for
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes.
And Lula, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, became president of Brazil. And Bolsonaro, in classic sad little baby man fashion, he left. He left Brazil before the inauguration.
Well, one of the things that Bolsonaro is very famous for is, like, trying to copy-paste Trump behavior, but without the context. Like, he's
Exactly,
always
yeah.
copy-pasting
Yeah.
everything without, like, the context that they're different countries that think different things happen, in each one of them.
He has like a pillow wife, and it's Melania, but it's just printed out in a pillow.
Or I don't know, like, I remember, like, he tried to push his kids, like, the same way that Trump did it. This kid, and the kids also were behaving.
Yeah,
they're
very
also doing a
Trumpy.
lot of coke.
Yeah, well,
So I know it's kind of weird that he copy-pastes Trump behavior all the time. So he decided, like, I'm not gonna go to the inauguration.
Exactly. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna leave. And again, copy-pasting Trump behavior. Where did he go? Florida. And so he went to Florida, where he is going to live for, he says, at least a month.
Okay.
He's gonna be in Orlando. Now that's a fun question. Why would Bolsonaro go to Orlando?
I mean, my first thought was, like, Brazil is the best place for vacations that you can think of.
Right.
Why are you going to the second best? No, why you go to Orlando for fun if you're a Brazilian person?
I think he wants to go to Harry Potter World. I think he wants to go to Disney because he hasn't. I think he's been busy and he hasn't been able to go to the new Star Wars thing.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And he's like, oh, the Empire, I love them.
Well,
They're
you
my
have to stay in
favorites."
line for long, Bolsonaro. No one is gonna give you an upgrade. No, what I love is, like, the idea that he's there in Orlando, so you can run into him.
So
You can just be there and run into like the ex-president of Brazil.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, these guys who are like, they don't want to be in their opponent inauguration. For me, is like the lamest. I mean, it's just, you're such a loser in every single way that you're not able to show your face in a process that is so important and makes sense for humanity, that, you know, like it's what make us different from, I don't know, like the worst times in history, that you can do this thing. And by the way, it's a party.
Yeah, like everyone's having fun. Also, it's like the best day of your life is the day you stop being president of any country.
And people, even like, I remember, like, even the president that everyone hated, when the elections finished, everyone's like, well, he's leaving, so it doesn't matter that much, and it's fine, you know?
It's like, and then he goes, and then the new president comes in, and then everyone hates that person.
Exactly, that's how the system works.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful system of hate.
Yes.
So, okay, he's in the house of this...
UFC fighter.
Yeah, this man.
So this guy is called Jose Aldo, and he is a UFC fighter. I don't know. I don't like...
And a lover of art, as we can see.
Yes, as we can see behind, he has some art and an Apple Watch, so you know he's a man of culture.
And, well, you told me about something about this guy that is really funny.
So he's not, unfortunately, they're not living together, which would be very funny.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a fantastic sitcom. But they're not living together, but Bolsonaro is renting Aldo's house in Orlando.
Okay.
And Aldo has something really special in this house. It's a room that has a very fun theme. The Minions.
Yes. Now we're talking. Of course, Bolsonaro is sleeping in that room.
Of course, he loves the Minions.
He's all love the Minions, but if you're fascist, the Minions are the perfect cartoon for you.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because they're like, you're the gang who just follow the leader, whatever he said. You know, they're always looking for a fascist to.
Well, I haven't seen the Minions movie.
Okay.
Or the Minions 2 or 3, but I do know that in the lore, in the history of the Minions, I read this somewhere that the Minions follow like the most evil person they can find, because that's like their nature.
That's how the way God created them.
Exactly. Yes, God made them in their image. That is what God looks like. But to avoid having the Minions support Hitler, in the universe of the Minions, they were like frozen or trapped.
By the U.S. government?
No, they were like, I don't know, but I believe they were trapped. Like they couldn't. They weren't in the world at the same time
during that time
as Hitler.
So they missed like their best years of their life. If you think in their mind, you know?
Yeah, because they were following they want to follow the most evil person, and they couldn't do it.
I watched the Minions movie, and I remember thinking, because I'm a man of culture, and I was thinking exactly this.
Yeah,
I was thinking exactly, because the movie started, and spoiler alert, but the movie started with the Minions showing up on Earth and looking for the most evil person around them. So they go for, I don't know, I think maybe Napoleon is like the last historical figure, and then it's like they jump to Steve Carell.
Yeah, to Steve Carell.
So it's like, hey, wait. There's a lot of history.
Yes.
I mean, not just Hitler. There's like Mussolini. There's Stalin.
Like Pol Pot.
You know, like Ratzinger.
Pinochet, you know, like Ratzinger. God rest his soul.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ratzinger fans. But yeah, there was a lot of people. Evil people, and they just jump history. And now they jump exactly to Bolsonaro's room.
Yes, Bolsonaro's room. He's going to come back. He's gonna be a big fan of banana, and
I love this story. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, but you know, he didn't just stay in the Minion room, because you're in Orlando.
Oh yeah, you have to.
You got to do stuff. So we know that his last lunch as president, because the transition hadn't happened, so
this is like the last meal in power.
Power, he went to KFC.
Okay. The copy-paste of Trump in this guy is insane. Like, what is like with fast food now?
Yeah. But look, I have to say this. I hadn't had KFC in like at least a year.
Okay.
And on January 1st, I was with my family in Colombia, and it was the only place that was open.
Really?
Or like some other places.
No,
but,
like everything was open. But
hospitals were closed, but KFC was open. And we ordered KFC, and it's fucking good, man.
I agree. I think it's not bad at all. I like Popeyes more.
I like Popeyes more, yes.
But this man who's right behind him and that guy over there, they have no idea that the guy right next to them
is the president. Is still the president.
Is the sitting president of Brazil at that point in history.
Yes.
And that's wild, you know?
Yeah. I also feel like, do they not have KFC in Brazil? Like, it just feels like he doesn't really know what he's doing here.
He looks so sad.
He does. He looks like a guy who works at Best Buy in his lunch break.
He just got divorced during his lunch break.
He was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat the whole bucket.
Yeah, like the only person happy in this picture is the face of the Colonel in the box. Like no one else is happy.
It is crazy that he is in a picture with Colonel Sanders, and he is somehow not the most racist person in the picture.
Both fascist figures in history. I know. This is crazy. Like, I mean, in a way, like if you look at him and he's just a random person. I mean, the glasses are there. The phone is in the table. I don't know. It looks so normal.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like an abuelito. You know, he's like this like.
Yeah, I mean, in the weekend, and he just like went by himself. And why did someone decided to take the picture? The guy who took the picture, he know what he's doing.
Yeah. Who took this picture? I want to know.
Yeah, because this picture is not a fan.
No, definitely not.
And probably like someone that is in the same table because you can see like he's kind of part of the meal. I don't know. I love this. I love that democracy is now in the hands of people like Jair Bolsonaro and his KFC chicken. But there's more. There's more.
So we're here at Si Problema. We're very interested in giving you the best, latest updates on Bolsonaro's life in Orlando.
Yes. Bolsonaro updates every 12 hours. Just download the app.
Yes, please download our app. It's
Bolsonaro Tracker.
It's not in the App Store because if you download it, you will get a virus. But your phone will get gonorrhea. I don't know how it happens, but
yeah, phones can have it.
So he stopped being president. Lula
not president anymore. Lula is the president.
Yes. But the next day, or a couple of days after he was seen at KFC, he was spotted again. It's kind of like Bigfoot, you know, like you get these.
There's some blurry visions of this man.
Exactly. And he was seen hanging out at Publix, which is the like supermarket chain in Florida and in the south of the United States.
Here's the video.
There he is. Look at him. He's like, oh wow. Look at that. Look at the magazines.
I mean, someone else is buying stuff from him, clearly.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, this is life, man.
This was the most powerful man in Brazil. The most powerful man in Brazil until a week ago.
Wow.
And now he's like looking at the discount soda. Because that's not Coke. You can see right there. That's like...
No, yeah, that's Publix
like,
Cola.
Yeah, Publix... Yeah. Dr.
Let's watch it again. It's kind of beautiful in a way.
Look at that.
Because at some point you're like a dictator or you want to be one and you're like trying to be all this dictatorship dude. But then next day you're in Publix. And you have a big belly.
Yeah. You know, that's what it is. He's never been more relatable. I think as someone who moved to the States and came and did and is from South America and went to Miami and Orlando. Whenever I went to Publix, I was like, "Oh man, this is the American dream."
No, I have to say, every time when I was a kid and I travel, and this happened less and less because of globalism.
Yes, globalists.
Oh, they did it again. No, all the things in the supermarket are the same everywhere now. But 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I remember like every time I travel was amazing. Like the supermarket was kind of like going to the museum.
There's so many types of Coke here.
And even like, the Fanta now is purple and like all these things. And in a way, like that was like the most amazing thing about traveling. And now this guy is just experiencing this and I feel like we are the same soul.
Exactly. Yeah. That there's something in him that makes me feel like I understand him. But then I remember he's a fascist, so...
Well, maybe you're a fascist, Felipe. That's what's happening.
Deep down, maybe this is an awakening for me.
It's not about him. Like, this whole episode is about you and stalking this guy. I don't know. I love this. If everyone have any videos, any pictures, anything that you can share in this Bolsonaro tracking segment, hope we have it every week. I don't know if this is going to happen, but like, it will be beautiful to follow the life of this simple man, you know?
You know, maybe next week he'll go to the DMV, try and get a driver's license.
Beautiful.
You know, I would watch a video of him waiting in the waiting room, just taking his picture.
Yes. And maybe, like, I don't know, if you go to Trader Joe's sometimes, or he tries something else, you know?
He would love the, like, little, like, the...
What if he become, like, super woke? I mean, not in Florida, I know that's hard, but, like, maybe at some point he's like, you know what, I agree with a lot of these things. You know, I've been thinking a lot about, like, I mean, transgender people need, they need, like, safe... and healthcare, that makes sense, you know. And I mean, maybe
we have to save the Amazon, and he, you know,
he's like, I love trees. Well, let's see what happened with this guy. But now, you know, help us with this mission is really important for everyone, I think.
And he's in Florida, so you know he's gonna be hanging out with old people. You know he's gonna retire there, and it's gonna be great.
I always think about this. The president of Chile is really young.
Yes.
He's 36, I think, right now.
Oh my God.
And I mean, when he retired, he's probably gonna be like 38. I mean, when he finishes term, not retire, but like finishes term. Like, can you imagine that? Like at 38 or something, you're like, well, I was the president of a country. No, what I supposed to do? Like learn how to play the guitar? Like what?
Release an album? Like win a Grammy?
Yeah. What is the next thing? Yeah. I don't know.
Latin Grammy.
Yeah, probably Latin Grammy. And talking about Latin Grammy, oh no, this is not that news. This is still part of the news of the week because, of course, today we celebrate one of the most crazy times in American history. We're not celebrating, of course. This is a sad day. But, well, let's talk about this for a second.
Today is January 6th.
Yes.
And
when we're recording this in January 6th.
On January 6th today, right now. Not today. If you're watching it January 7th or 8th or 9th. Today is not January 6th.
So yeah, like just mark in your calendar.
Yes.
Like today is not January 6th. Yeah. Every single day of the year except for January 6th.
Yeah, we're not spreading misinformation. We're not Joe Rogan's podcast.
No. Not yet.
Not yet. Yes.
Let's wait for the sponsors.
I will shave my head if necessary.
I mean, if the sponsor wants that, you know.
I'll do it. So yeah, today is the anniversary of January 6th when we're recording this. And you know, wild times. Yep. Where were you when you realized that America is just like Latin America?
I was in New York. I was here, and I didn't move here. I was like just renting a house of someone. We were like doing a house swipe with someone, and that guy was staying in our house. We didn't know him that well, so I was in his house. His house was insane. It was like way better than our house.
Okay.
So it was like a very unfair housewife. So I was like, well, this is an amazing house. I'm just going to like, you know, walk around. So I was just working around in circles. And then at some point I just grabbed an iPad and there was like notifications from MSNBC. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And so I started following first the votes, you know, like the Congress have to do the votes for, what's the name of this?
This is the certification of the victory of Biden.
And then it got weird. Then it got like, and suddenly, like, I mean, I remember like watching this and be like, hey, my wife was doing something else. I was like, you should watch this. Yeah. Because this is like history. You know, like, this is not another day. You know, this is like, we should watch this. This is important.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching it and I remember that it was so weird and confusing that I kind of like forgot about time. I was like, just remember like, wait, something's going on. And then it started and I was looking and it was COVID. So my wife was at home just with us and I knew that she was home, but I don't remember interacting with her very much. I only remember that at one point we were like, wait, this is really weird. What's going on? We started watching, and then at one point she had made biscuits. Like she had
Wow.
baked, stress-baked.
It's like anxiety biscuits.
Yes, anxiety biscuits. So she had stress-baked biscuits.
Well, I love her power. Like she could get anxious and he do something, you know?
Yes,
like I
like-
get anxious and I just like destroy myself.
Yes, yeah, no, she puts it into, I mean, it was very American, right? Like my wife is American, and she was like, I must do something, and that's
save this
something
country.
to save this country, and that is to make biscuits.
Good, that makes sense.
And so we ate them. Then she stress baked them, and then we stress ate them.
yes.
And then it was fine, I think.
What I thought at the moment is like the word coup. It was not in my
Yes.
mind during what was
Yes.
happening. It was like, oh, because at the same time it was very aggressive and very violent, but also they were like at the same time they were showing you a lot of videos of people just walking around.
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, in my mind when there's a coup, there's two things happening at the same time.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
just
yes.
violence and craziness and screaming
Yeah.
and fights and stuff. There's not like also at the same time some people just
just
walking
hanging
around
out.
and taking selfies. So I was like, in my mind, I couldn't wrap the idea that this is like an attempt of a coup.
Yeah.
And then because I think it is like it's technically an attempt of a coup.
It is,
It's
yeah.
just like not the way that you're supposed to do it.
I think America doesn't have experience with coups, and we shouldn't judge them on their first try. You know,
Yeah.
they were trying.
They were trying, and that's important.
And that was a coup. They were trying.
They were trying.
And B for effort, D for I hate you. But I think it's an important reminder that democracy is fragile, and that if you want to do a coup, you have to have the military.
That's
on
number
your
one.
side.
That's the first thing you have to do.
Come on,
like
guys.
we talk about that in every episode of this podcast. It's like just get the military on board and
Yes.
you'll have your coup. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
They like money too.
And by the way, I mean the military. Look at these guys. Like they all look like they want to be in the military. They were rejected by the military.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you're having the people who were not able to get into the army.
Yes.
It's doing your coup. That's never gonna work. Yeah, it was very weird, confusing, and sad. And at the same time, you know what's the problem with this kind of thing? It's like, like I knew it. I was like, oh, they're gonna start copying this shit in other countries,
Yes.
Because when Trump happened, then you have Bolsonaro, then you
Yes.
have, I don't know, in Chile we have a guy called Cass who's trying to do the same. Like every country start like
Yeah.
having the little version of the same.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck, like they're gonna start doing this
America, you are our older brother.
thing. Stop doing shit,
And when we look at the other countries, look at you, they're like, oh well, if he does it, it's fine. So don't quit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
Quit
on,
it.
stop. Okay.
Quit. Yeah.
I think
we did it.
Yeah,
I think we
they
solved
got
it.
we can move on. We can move on.
January 6th resolved.
Listen, done. Okay, we're gonna give the medal of the week.
Yes.
Talking about the same problem. We have a lot of dictatorships in our planet, but they're not all politicians.
Yes.
It's just people who need a medal to feel
Yes.
good about themselves.
Yes.
And the medal of the week is to Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, baby.
Who's Bad Bunny? We all know Bad Bunny.
We all know Bad Bunny.
Is
If you don't know Bad Bunny, congratulations, you're white.
I think he reached to a level that white people know about Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I think
he reached to a level that really he's one of the most famous persons in the planet.
I think so.
you know?
Yeah.
I think he is, and everyone loved him.
Yes.
I mean, we all love him. His songs are very sexual and fun, and looks like he's having
Catchy,
fun with
you know.
sex. And
I did a wedding celebration this December, and my grandma was dancing to Bad Bunny. That's how you know.
I love that about weddings. It's like they start with this is just like the young people are gonna stay, but then you think like the older people are gonna go to bed, but they stay.
They love it.
So then at some point, there's like Lady Gaga and your grandma. Everything is happening at the same time. So Bad Bunny, famous person ever. He was walking around PR, and someone was trying to make a selfie with him, and he did this. Okay,
So En serio.
En serio. Wow. Even like when they're angry in Puerto Rico, like they have so much more style than us.
Oh yeah, no. That's like they're all so chill.
The video keeps going. Everyone have the same thing in their heads. Why?
That makes me think that he is really trying to like make that transition into dictator or cult leader because everyone has the same thing.
Why?
He kind of looks like Gaddafi with the sunglasses and the
some of
thing.
that. I mean, well, he grabbed the phone of this woman. If you weren't able to see it, he grabbed the phone of this woman and just threw it really far.
Yeah.
You know,
Chucked it away.
yes.
And
he's been doing this a couple more times. There's a couple more videos of this in the internet. So, and he tweeted about it too. He was like, every time que you put me a fucking phone in my face, I will throw it away. That's not respect. Blah blah blah. How we feel about it, Felipe?
Look, I respect people's privacy. I think it's fine that people should be able to like say I don't want to take a picture or whatever. I know it's not Latin in our blood to ask people to take a picture.
That's
we
the thing
just
also,
take
no?
the picture.
It's like it's just taking the picture. That's not the way you do things.
That's not the way you do things. But he is a billionaire or a millionaire, and I don't know if that girl can afford another one of those phones. Like, it's not immediately apparent to me.
She found the phone. The phone have more value than ever now.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Now she's a millionaire.
She's a millionaire.
So she's
too.
a bad person now.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I had the feeling that I agree with Bad Bunny on this one.
Yes.
I feel like it's so annoying the way people sometimes attack famous people because they think like they belong to them, you know?
Right, exactly.
So you just put the phone in his face and just put his face and then be like, hey, you have to like, just put your face,
like
Bad Bunny, do your thing.
Dance monkey.
Yeah, dance monkey dance.
Yeah.
I understand that he get angry and he'd throw the phone away, and I think like it make him more cool. Like it's just everything that he does make him more cool.
He can
make him cooler.
Yeah. I will say also, his name is Bad Bunny. What did you expect? Is his name Good Bunny?
How was a good bunny?
Is his name Take Pictures with You Bunny?
No.
His name is Bad Bunny. What's he gonna do? He's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. He
can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong.
Except if he does something really bad and this comes to bite me in the ass.
He can do no wrong, like every famous person that I follow since 1999. They haven't done anything wrong. Well, you have to hide your Bill Cosby tattoo in your back.
It's in my butt is the thing.
Where's butt? Something also about this video is like, the wardrobes. I don't know. It's woo gone.
I love it because everyone, as what you said, everyone does still look like they're having fun in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, no one is angry for real in Puerto Rico.
I think if you're in Puerto Rico, you're just like, it doesn't matter. I'm in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, just throw my phone,
nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Yeah. So, I think he deserves a medal. That was Bad Bunny. But we have more stories. We have more stories in this podcast. And this is Guess Who.
Guess Who. That's the segment where we introduce you to a person who is crazy and important in the world and in politics and all that. And our guest,
as you can see today, in this podcast, we're obsessed with coups, dictatorships, fascism. It's like we're bread and butter.
Yeah, I mean if it's popular, we're going to talk about it. And people love fascism right now. It really feels like the 20s, but the ones from 100 years ago.
They're back.
Yeah.
Guess Who. And who is this man?
So our Guess Who guy today is this weird ventriloquist dummy that came to life.
Wow.
His name is George Santos.
Look at the guy behind his praying.
He's like, oh, please go away. He is Brazilian American.
Okay.
His parents are Brazilian. And he says he has American citizenship. We'll see, because as I'm about to reveal, he says a lot of things.
He's a liar.
He's a liar. He just got elected to Congress here in the United States. He is a representative for New York in Long Island. And he said, he's campaigning, he's introducing himself to the people, and he's like, I'm a conservative, but I'm an immigrant. I'm like the American dream. I went to really good universities. And
he was like, I was really poor.
I was really poor, and I worked my way up, and not like the other immigrants, because of course he's a conservative. And he's like, and I went to these, and I worked at Citibank and Goldman Sachs, because it's all about like money, and like I'm the reincarnation of Ronald Reagan, and people were like, oh great,
that sounds about right.
That sounds about right, and they resonated, and they voted for him, and he won. And then the New York Times found out that every single word he's ever said is a lie.
I mean, the New York Times, a little bit late, guys.
Would have been nice.
They already voted for this man.
Yeah, so he never went to the colleges that he said he went to. He also said he went to a high school in the Bronx that is very good, which is very funny to me, because if you're lying about where you went to high school, that's not even peaking in high school. That's pretending to peak in high school.
Well, first it's like how long it took the media to figure out this guy was a liar, because he was running for Congress in the state of New York. He's not like like a small town in the middle of nowhere,
right?
And no one is like following this story.
He represents parts of Queens, like in New York City.
It's not that insane that like they took it that long to figure out this guy was a liar, and it's not like small lies. Instead of 1995, he went to college in 1996.
Exactly.
No, this is like he never went to college.
He went to college, period. But those aren't his biggest lies.
What?
Right?
There's more?
Oh, Fabrizio. Oh, sweet Fabrizio.
This hero of mine is following him right in front of me.
So, at one point, he said that he was a descendant of Jewish people who fled the Holocaust, who survived the Holocaust.
Okay, so they went to Brazil.
They went to Brazil, which, first of all, terrible lie. We all know who went to Brazil after World War II, and it was not the Jews.
It was not the good guys.
It was not the good guys. It was, So he said that he had Jewish background.
Okay.
And that he was Jewish. And then they found out that he was lying, and he said, no, I never said I was Jewish. I said I was Jew-ish.
It's like, have you watched the show Blackish?
Yeah.
They're not black, they're
What?
Blackish. That's how it works, no?
That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
And the other thing he lied about is that he said that his mother, who used to work cleaning, which we don't know if that's true, cleaning offices and stuff, died on 9/11.
Well, but maybe in another 9/11 2005.
Right.
Still 9/11, guys.
Yeah, it was still, she's still dying.
Still count. Wow. So all these lies, they were huge lies, and no one was paying attention to this man. Man, like really, we need to stop just seeing our own buttholes. Like, this guy's right here.
He's right here. I mean, he said, and I'm looking at this right now, I just found this out, that in 2020, he said he had been diagnosed with a brain tumor and received radiation treatment. Maybe that's why he's lying so much.
Wow, yeah, we'll know. All these radiation patients, they're all liars. What a weird guy.
He's like the Hulk. You know how they gave him radiation? He became like the Hulk.
Every time he gets angry, he lies.
He lies. Yeah, exactly. But he's cured of his cancer, because apparently he doesn't have cancer anymore.
What a shitty Hulk is this one. It's like,
you won't like me when I'm angry. My dad disappeared in the Titanic.
What? I love the part that he never worked in Goldman Sachs. He never worked in Citibank. He just went to an ATM. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I was in Citibank. I went to the Citibank and I got some money. And
I was working in the Citibank, and I was working in something else in my laptop, but I was inside of the Citibank.
Yes, exactly.
What a weird man. But now he's in Congress, and I was reading that if you lie, even like as crazy as this man, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you stay in power. Even like some people say that even if you do something illegal, because this is not illegal.
No.
Or so far, because I think they're investigating something in Brazil that he did.
Oh, yes. So that is true. He apparently did a crime-ish, to put it in his words. Where it was a crime, but he used a fake checkbook or stolen checkbook.
A stolen checkbook, I
under
think.
a fake name to buy clothes.
Good for you.
But maybe he needed those clothes to go work at Goldman Sachs.
Well, you have to dress to be hired. What's the name?
Exactly. Dress for the job you're gonna lie about. Wanting, yes.
So yeah, he's not a criminal, but he could be. I mean, we think he's a criminal, but if they found out, because I think in Brazil they opened the investigation again.
Yes.
If they found out that is true, he still can stay in Congress.
Yes.
And that made me think, and this is probably related to everything that we have talking in about the U.S. politics. Is a lot of things in this country are not in the law, are just conventions.
Yes.
It's we're doing this way for centuries. No one is gonna do it wrong. And then you have these people who they don't think that way.
They don't give a shit.
Just put it in the law.
Yeah, guys, maybe just write it there.
Write it down. You do that every day. Technically, you just put it there.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes U.S. law has the same approach that I have toward my to-do lists, where I'm I'll remember. I'll remember.
I don't need to put it in paper.
And then I forget, and then I'm late on my taxes, which is not illegal apparently. No, it is.
Well,
illegal.
You can run for Congress. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal. I this is another. Well, he's a half Latino. I'm pretty he's still Brazilian. That's still we know that is true. So it's.
I think he's an inspiration to people like you and me.
In a way, he got his way, and now he's in Congress.
Yeah.
And he's not voting for the Speaker of the House.
Yes, and now he's friends with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, he joined that gang?
He's been hanging out with them, sitting with her in the voting. I think he just told her that he invented Jewish space lasers.
No, I infiltrate the Jews. So that's what I've been saying, that I'm Jewish, just to see the space laser.
Yeah. And I guess she's into him.
Well,
so I hope that he maybe his career will end like Bolsonaro, like the other crazy Brazilian politician.
and a KFC.
In a KFC, yeah.
Well, that's where democracy goes to die. Well, that was our
Kentucky.
character of the week, and that was our episode.
That was our episode.
I think we did it.
Yeah, we don't have a viral somewhere else this week.
Failed. We failed miserably.
But I think the photos of Bolsonaro should go viral. And
I think yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think on Twitter, some people were talking about how amazing is Bolsonaro and how you should follow his journey in Orlando.
Yes. So I think, again, what Fabrizio said, if you see Bolsonaro, if you live in Florida, in Orlando, in the Minions room, please send us pictures of
in the
him.
Minions sex dungeon where Bolsonaro is staying.
Yes. And, maybe he'll discover something about himself in that sex dungeon.
That's what I expect. Maybe he have a breakthrough. So we wish the best for his mental state. And that was another episode of the podcast.
Yes.
We have a show.
We do have a show next Saturday, January 13th.
Yes.
7 p.m. at Caveat. We've been promoting this show.
I know. Since episode 1.
Since episode 1. And we were going to do it. And then my wife, who co-hosts this show, got COVID.
Yes.
So we had to push it. And now we're finally making it happen.
Now it's happening. So now, this is. If you don't do it now, we're never gonna do it. So you have to come to this show.
You have to come to this show. It's called Citizenship Live. It is at Caveat in New York City. It is at 7 p.m. on January 13th. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have Fabrizio. We're going to have Georgia Murphy, who's a great Australian comedian. And then representing the United States, because they got to be everywhere.
Yes.
We have Asher Perlman, who's he's a New Yorker cartoonist. He writes for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And we have Nicole Conlon, who writes for The Daily Show.
Awesome.
And it's going to be great.
It sounds like a great show. So see you guys there. Thank you for listening. Share this show. I don't know. What is the thing you have to say? Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And make a TikTok of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
put a comment. Even if it's a bad comment, it's a comment.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Engagement is good.
Everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.